Hello, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It is Wahura Kabutha in the building. Today's shout out goes to Naima Hussein. Shout out to all my Somali peeps. Somalia! I've mentioned here before about manifestation, about energies, about vibes, and a lot of people have slid in my DMs and asked me, how do you keep this bubbliness? So these are some of the things that I do to turn my frown upside down. I am not a therapist, I am not a doctor. These are just things that work for me. So you can try them if you like. Let's start with the first one. So the first hack I learned from the beautiful, the gorgeous, the talented Usha Jose. And the crowd goes wild. So let me tell you what happened. So we used to be walking there side by side and everything. So apparently she had an alarm that went off every day at 12 p.m. And then when it went off, she'd say something that she's grateful for that day. What's going on? It could be something so small as there was milk in the fridge. It could be something as big as you got a promotion. It could be one thing. It could be two. It could be 20 things. But just putting your head in that space of, Yani, something good happened to me. Let me not focus too much on this. So I started doing the same thing, only that I said mine later in the afternoon, like in the evening, the 4 or 5 there, because I wanted like the day to happen and then I say something that I'm grateful for. You can put yours in the morning and then start your day off by saying something that you're probably grateful for the day before. Like start your day on that note of gratefulness. Now what this does is that it shifts your energy to a more content perspective. So if you focus on the good and if you look at only the good, then what's going to be coming? Huh? You guessed it. Goodness. And I know there's some skeptics watching this video and they're like, what? This chick is crazy. Like, I knew she's crazy, but for real, she's lost her mind. But let me tell you, manifestation and energies is real. It's real, B. Do your research, please. I will touch on it here, but you need to do your own personal research on this thing. Let's go to the next one. Do you ever have those moments where you're sad like for a long time? I don't even know where this cloud comes from. Before you know it, you're listening to music, making yourself cry. I don't know why, like when you're sad you just want to add more things to tear up and things like this. One of the things that you can do is literally write down a list of all the good things that have happened in your life. And there's nothing there's nothing too minute. Everything is amazing. And when you're writing this list, use words like, I am grateful that da 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 da. I am grateful for da 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 da. I am thankful for. I am happy because. Your words are very powerful. Do you get me? So write it with your chest.
Say it with your chest.
It changes my focus from, oh, this didn't happen, this didn't work out. Now I'm like, wait a minute. Wawula. There are so many other good things that happened. Why are you focusing so much on this one? Or even if it's 5 bad things, please. You go on to the next one? Yeah, all right. Yeah. I don't know what it is about showering. I don't know whether it washes away your sins. I don't know. That water is just therapeutic. That water just slaps. Baya. First thing you can do is just climb. You weep in that shower. You cry from your chest, from your stomach, from every part of your body. You know that one? You know that one? Huh? I'm on the other one for. I feel like I did it weird, but it's the one where your mouth is moving and then there's no voice coming out of your voice box. So after you've let everything out in that shower, you come out, and when that air just slaps you, you know, that fresh air slaps your face, you're just like, new me, who this? Fresh. Hey. We're not saying actually we ignore the negative. We're not saying actually, yeah, all the time we're just happy go lucky. When something bad happens, we just linger. Nah, we acknowledge it. We're not focusing on it. We're just tunasema, ha, uko hapo? Oh, nimekuona. And then we move on. We're not ignoring. I think this is one of the most common hacks, but still quite effective. Let's play some charades. What am I doing? I do again. Just rook. It's taking a walk smelling the fresh air. Kwanzaa, that fresh air is so therapeutic. Nature is actually therapeutic. Sometimes your brain just needs a breather. It just needs a moment to just digest everything, process everything that's been happening, everything that you've been saying. I'll deal with it later, I'll deal with it later. Inasumbua akili yako. You could pace up and down, taking deep breaths. Go and have a little chat with your dog. Get out of whatever space you're in. The fifth thing that you want to do out here in the streets is talk to someone. The good thing nowadays is that there's technology. You don't need to physically go out there to find someone to talk to. You can just call them. You can just be like, beep, 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 ha. Hello, what's up? I did a video about 2 years ago on mental health and the state that I was in. I don't know what that was. I'm not about to start saying it was depression. I never actually got diagnosed. All I know is that my mind was not right. But one thing that always put a smile on my face was talking to my best friends. Like even now when I'm in a funk or when I'm going through some I call them, or I call my brother, or I call my mom. And you don't necessarily have to tell them like what you're going through, but just talking to them sometimes gives you perspectives or just calms your mind to be able to deal with whatever it is that you have or you're struggling with. I remember during that time, one of the people who I used to talk to a lot was Ndereni, my bestie. Her name is actually Ndeteni. I'm the one who just calls her Ndereni. She didn't know what I was going through. I never shared with her what I was experiencing, but every time we talked, I used to feel so much better and I'd forget about what I'm going through. The only problem would be after we disconnect and I'm like, I'm still alone with my own thoughts. The sixth thing that we're going to discuss here on the Olagabuda channel is smiling and laughing. This is something new that I incorporated into my life after reading this book by this American pastor called Joel Osteen. In one of his chapters, he talks about how we're supposed to be at peace even when is hitting the fan. Obviously not in those words exactly, I'm just here paraphrasing. So he goes on to explain how sometimes we end up being in a funk because we're not giving God our issues. We want to deal with everything and we can't. He's futile. We're not supposed to deal with all the issues that come at us. We're not supposed to seek vengeance for all the idiots that we interact with. You're supposed to let it go. Let me tell you, that's the hardest part, because sometimes I just want to, because some things and people and situations, they don't require all your energy.
The only thing I want in my life is clear skin, to be surrounded by positive vibes, and to be successful.
The big man will deal with you. You're not my issue. You're not. Acha kunishika. Shh, take it. But before I leave, I want to leave you with some knowledge. Right now, let me educate you on some grounding techniques. This is something that you can use personally if you're going through an anxious moment, or if you're someone who is with someone who is having that anxious moment. There's a page called What is a Mental Illness that I normally follow, so that's where we've gotten this template from. So what this grounding technique does is that it helps remind you of the present, because when you're in a stressful situation, it can feel hella overwhelming. So the first thing you do, look for 5 things that you can see and say them out loud. So you acknowledge 4 things that you can touch around you. Notice 3 things that you can hear. Focus all your energy to smell the things around you. And last but not least, it's taste. So what's one thing that you can taste? So you can repeat this process as many times as necessary and just notice how you feel. The key is to focus on your 5 senses. Now nisikia mtu akisema hapa ati waula atuonyeshangi kitu ati I don't teach you anything. Please. Anyway, that's all that I have for you in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that these techniques work for you. Please also do share some techniques that you use that I've not mentioned, because what have we said here on the Olagabuda channel? We aim to educate and be educated. You've watched the whole video, you've laughed, you've taken notes, but you've not subscribed. No, me, I'm just asking questions. I don't know why you're being defensive. As usual, if you want to have a more intimate relationship with me, you can follow me on my social media. Hats Olagabuda on Instagram and hats Olagabuda on Twitter. Is that it shifts? Now there's a wasp. I'm tired of this. Today I thought that we should hear what? Today. Okay. That's you giving the universe sad, bad. This, there's like a grasshopper here. It jumped on my leg. I almost died. Excuse me. What was I? I've just seen is it a squirrel? She was just. This is something. Shut up. It's like being decent. And it was linked. there's a wasp here. And it was lingering on my head, this cloud.